Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente. Yo. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 484 in a row. My name's Rob Hoback. Happy that you're here, honored and humbled that you keep coming back like for reals. It's a hump day. It's a work day. Hump day. I got to get that in there for Aunt Barb. Then I got to say hi to Aunt Pat, say hi to my mom. Hey, girls. How you doing? Great. Crushing it here in BFO. All right, it's a work day. We got to go, so let's do this. First things first, I'm still the realist. I'm also a disruptor. Yeah. Yep. When you're the underdog, that's what you got to do, right? Like you have to disrupt the status quo and be like, hey, there's a better way of doing this. And, I'm thankful for that, right? I'm thankful that I've embraced that role and like, look, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, right? Like as a coach, you design up this perfect play, and then there's that kid on the other team that's just disruptive, right? And they mess it all up. There's a lesson there, right? Like just be disruptive and then impose your will on whatever situation it is, right? Either you're living your dream or you're living somebody else's. All right, my thank yous, got a big long list of thank yous here. The pain, right? This is a constant reminder to myself. Whatever pain is in your life is there to help you get better, right? We should be thankful for it. Embrace the pain. It is what it is. Easier said than done, right? I'm thankful for D. Wade. Wait till you hear about this story, right? We're talking D. Wade, alpha male, NBA champion, like top of the, and yeah, and then a 12-year-old boy comes home from school and says, I'm not like everybody else, and I want you to start calling me by Zaya. I want you to refer to me as he or her and she, like I'm transgender. Now imagine what that's like for an alpha male, right? And the NBA is not exactly, friendly to the gay community, right? It's awesome, right? It's awesome. I love it. And I love how D-Wade, he's attacking it just like every other thing in his life. And he's like, look, I had to change the way I think about things. This was not easy, but that's my kid. And I am with her, right? And I'm going to get in front of this and I'm going to let all of you know about she with me. I know what's going on there. You can say whatever you want to behind our backs. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Love it. Good on you, D-Wade. Shaggy. Oh, man, I cried yesterday when I got your text message. It was so good to hear from you. Thank you. Hope you're here all the time. I'm thankful for my spirit that while I get kicked in the teeth just like the rest of you, and there are days that I get done with daily discipline and within a couple hours I'm in the ditch. And it's an all-day struggle, though. And some days I win and some days I don't. But every morning I wake up and I'm like, we're going to give it another try. I'm not going to stop, right? And I know that as I become better at life, but as I retrain my brain, it's just going to get better. I believe, right? Returns, my family, got daddy duty coming up, a lot to be thankful for. All right. And before I get to the real talk of the day, Shaggy asked me, what's up with the cards, right? And so briefly, like 500 days ago, I had like a pretty couple bad weeks there. Like it was probably a week where I had a couple like pretty public and just meltdown, right? Very angry. And I challenged myself, like, you got to stop, right? Like if this has to be rock bottom, I don't want to go any further than this. Like I don't want to be running around town yelling at the ladies at Casey's because they hit my, no, it's all good, right? And so about that time, I got a call from Precious and Phyllis Luster, who are some of my heroes. Life has thrown them more adversity than anybody I've ever met, right? And they never complained. And when they called me in a dark moment, not knowing that I was in dark, they were calling to wish me a happy birthday. And they said, look, I know you're going through a hard time. What I've found when I'm going through a hard time is that I write down all the things that I'm thankful for. And then Precious like, and you need to start talking, bro. Like, what do you want me to talk about? He's like, you'll know what you're supposed to talk about. I'm like, really? Yeah. I got to learn how to tune that dial in, right? All right. So anyway, and I write this down every single day. Here's the day of the week, the number, a positive affirmation, a statement about myself, my thank yous, the things I'm thankful for that day, right? And then just a brief thought, some real talk, something that we're going to talk about. Like, this is real stuff. This is a situation that happened to me yesterday, and I felt compelled to share it with y'all today, right? And so with that, and then I keep these, and then I'm like I've got binders of these, right? Like I can flip through them, and it's fun to look through there and say, oh, I remember where I was that day. And then you see like 2 days later, like, and then it's gone, right? And then I'm on, I'm moving. Just keep going. That's what they're all about, right? And Uncle Buck, one of my ballers, he's a king in the Great Wide North. And he's like, Rob, you need to be putting that stuff on Instagram, right? So I've just started with the placards, right? No rush. We're going, right? All right, so here's the real talk of the day, the power of one. So yesterday I was having coffee time with my buddy who's also in business development, and he's getting ready to start a new job, and he's telling me all these things that he's going to do. And I'm like, well, why do we have to wait until then? He's like, well, we don't. I'm like, well, then why don't we start now? Instead of waiting, right? Because then something's going to happen. We're just going to keep kicking that ball. How about we start now? He's like, yeah, I guess we could. And I'm like, all right, look, it's just a suggestion. Nobody ever has to do what I would suggest. I'm just saying, right? Like, I kind of feel like that's my job. Like, hey, did you ever think about this? And number one is don't wait, right? Just start. Like, as soon as you say, hey, we need to start doing that, let's start doing that like today. And my challenge to him was, number one, stop talking negatively about yourself. And number two, just do one prospecting attempt a day. Just one, right? Like instead of doing 5 on one day, and do one every day. Just make a commitment to yourself that I'm going to do one every day. If you've got a meeting next week where you're like those 3 days, then do 2 all the other days, right? And get ahead of it, right? Just apply a little discipline to it. And then, the second conversation I had with somebody was on a personal level, and they were talking bad about themselves. And I was like, look, number one, please don't talk bad about yourself around me. But number two, I'd like you to just commit to every day you're going to look in the mirror at yourself and you're going to say one nice thing to yourself about yourself. Yeah. You don't have to do it you don't have to spend 20 minutes. Just say one nice thing. Could be like, you look nice today, right? Whatever. One nice thing. And so what we're doing is I'm suggesting, just like I've had to do, that over time, incremental little baby steps, one little thing. And the most important part is to retrain our brain, right? Like, all right, I need to put this is part of the standard operating procedure that we do every single day. Daily discipline, right? And then I can't ask them to do those things without doing it myself. So I've got to do some mirror time too. I would suggest you do it as well. It will feel awkward. It will feel weird, right? But why is it weird for us to look at ourselves in the mirror and say something nice, right? There's something wrong up here, right? Like we got to retrain that. We have to be our own biggest fans because it's just the way it's got to be, right? That internal confidence and belief in yourself. And it starts with right up here. All right, I got to go. With that, I'm done. Hands up. Peace out. We're better together. I appreciate you stopping by on a hump day. Hump day. We'll be back tomorrow on a Thankful Thursday. We'll see you then. Deuces.